Let me know down in the chat, how are the energies treating you? I want to know. I want to get to know y'all. Let me know down in the chat. I don't want us to just be strangers on a screen. We are building a community here. Okay. All right. Our soul tribe. Okay. Period. All right. So I don't know. I got this song stuck in my head. Today we just chilling, we just vibing, y'all. That's usually what happens on Mondays, is we come in here and we vibe as a soul tribe. Just doing our thing. Okay. If you do subscribe to the TikTok channel, you do get your weekly readings today. Okay. So if you want to subscribe to the TikTok channel, it is $2.69 for your first month. Okay, and you get a free reading every week. Okay, gonna be 5 cards, and thank you. Where's my for the rose, hun? Boom, sending all the love back to you with our love bomb. Okay, so yeah, so we just be chilling. I had a song stuck in my head. I was gonna tell you guys, if you know, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but Peachka. Okay, what do you guys are always allowed to put your questions, comments, concerns in the chat. If you're talking about reading questions for tarot readings, okay, I'm only doing readings today for those who are subscribed to our honorary soul tribe family. Okay, so I don't think it lets me pin it anymore for some reason. I don't know. They got the super fan box, but they won't let me pin the subscription stuff. So I do not know how you get there anymore. Let's see. No, this is for super fan. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know why it won't let me pin it anymore, but it's still an option for you guys. I just have to figure out. Yeah, sorry, hon. We aren't doing personal questions so for today, okay? It's only for those who have subscribed to the honorary soul tribe family. This is their day. Monday is their day. Thursday is everybody else's day, right? I do that on purpose so that the people who are investing their currents of chi, their money into this mission of world peace that we are building our community for, right? They get more access to me by getting a day to themselves on the live, okay, for their readings. Alrighty. Thursdays is for everybody in the collective. You can ask personal questions then, or you can DM me for a 3-card or 5-card reading at any time. Okay, and that is $5 or $10. Okay, PayPal, Cash App is always in the link in bio. Okay. Alrighty, but I want to talk about that song now. So if you know Pichika, if you don't know her, right, I would look her up. If you're on my YouTube channel, you don't got to go far, right? Just go into the high vibrational playlist with all the high vibrational artists in it, and just scroll down. You'll find her. It's just Peach with 2 K's and an A, right? So pretty easy to find her if you're already on YouTube, right? If you're not on YouTube because you're on TikTok with me, right, the link to my YouTube is in my bio. Okay, so yes, this song though, like I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about the song when I found it, because it was called Witching Hour, and I was like, there's so many songs called Witching Hour, I didn't even realize that. Okay, until like I was like looking it up because I wanted to use it on a like a sound bite of it, right? And I was like, dang, there's so many songs called Witching Hour. Like, oh. But I couldn't find hers, so it was like that app didn't have it. But hi, hello, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let me know down in the chat, okay? So yeah, the song's called Witching Hour, but I like it because it's like you're calling, it's like a calling your power back song, right? And it's like I call back all my power. It's the witching hour. Time I just pulled the tower. Time to get devoured. Like she goes off in that song. Okay. She goes off. And actually in a couple of her songs she goes off. So like I do recommend her as her the witching hour song and her reversal spell. Okay, so the reversal song, right? Those are some really good songs by her, especially if you are trying to ward off evil, right? If you're trying to break binds, okay, that holds that people have on your energy, right? Her music can help you a lot with that, okay? Because music can heal you. Music, it's the frequencies, right? It's all just frequencies. Oh, that's another thing. I think I reposted a video on TikTok of 3D like with the light. It was like a bubble. Okay. They had a light in it and then they shake the bubble with frequencies, right? And then the light turned into like a hollow dimension. It looked like a wormhole. That's how I'm gonna let y'all know. It looked like a wormhole, like in the bubble, like just the light, how the light was refracting with the vibrations, right? So I think you should go check that out. Okay, because you know how they do it with the sand plate, right? And they have the sand in a 2D shape, and it like when they set the vibrations on it, the sand like does crazy shapes and stuff like that. Well, they started doing it with the 3D shape, which is a bubble, right? And that is trippy. Okay, because oh yeah, I don't know. I was on some rabbit holes last night. I don't even know, guys. I'm gonna just be honest. I was down some rabbit holes last night, and it was like, because I kept seeing the stuff that like is not like widely talked about, like new information coming out, and it's like, oh, right, like I don't know why I'm just putting it together that there are, if there's an area 51, there's an area 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get what I'm saying? So like the one guy, he was talking about honestly we just vibing. So right now I'm talking about the rabbit holes that I went through last night, which is why I pushed back the live, because I was like, your girl need to get her rest. But so the guy, what, he's a whistleblower, okay, that worked as the head of research for NHA, okay, which is a top secret agency that deals with you know aliens, anomalies. Okay, they deal with that kind of stuff, right? Okay, and I'm sorry to hear that, Dirty Cap. Hey, that could be a sign from the Lord, though. Okay, might not, that job wasn't for you. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't supposed to be there. God will move the things out of your life that just aren't working for you, aren't for your highest good. Okay, so don't try to look at it in the sense that woe is me, but that today we are not doing personal questions, but if you want to DM me so that I can help you get a reading for that, okay? All right, but on the live today, we just vibing, Soul Tribe vibing, okay? All right. All right. So basically, um I'm trying to see if I can remember his name. Dr. Marcus. I reposted his videos too, though. Okay, I reposted his videos, and I understand, hun, but we're not doing that today, okay? Alrighty. It's not my job to save you. You have to save yourself. All I can do is guide you, hun. Okay? All right. Yes, hun. And it is $5 or $10 for a reading. Okay. If you did just lose your job, you can DM me and we will talk about it. Okay. All right. So if you are struggling financially, then just go into my DMs, right? So that we can talk about that there. Okay. I ain't got borrow what? I'm so confused. Borrow what? Guys, like I said, if you are financially struggling, right, just DM me, okay? Because I'll help you there, but not on my live because it is your personal situation, and I rather just be able to talk to you privately, okay? All right. You don't have to, Dirty Cat. If you're seriously struggling with your financial situation right now, then you can just go DM me, okay? That's fine. I don't I if you're financially struggling, I do not charge. Okay? So go ahead and just DM me about it, all right? And I'll get back to you within the next 24 to 48 hours, okay, so that we can figure that out, right? I've a ton of people who are struggling, homeless, right? They need help. I've helped them get the spiritual knowledge that they need so that they can grow, learn, evolve, right? So that, like I said, that is my only time when I'm doing free readings is for those of you that are struggling. Okay. What happened? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, no, we are talking about readings. Okay. I know there's like two different chats going on. So you're like, what are you talking about to this chat? And you guys are like, what am I talking to this chat? Yeah, so there's two different chats I got going on here, guys. So please bear with me, be patient with me. So I'm trying to get to everyone right now. Okay. So yeah, we were talking about tarot readings, okay? Um and their situation, which I asked them to DM me about so that we can get into that over there. Okay. So, excuse me. I was talking about Dr. Marcus, wasn't I? Yes, the head of research for NHA. Right? They deal with aliens and anomalies. Okay, he's a whistleblower. Right? He's been sharing things on Instagram and TikTok recently. Because he literally just like okay, the story is funny because this is what the rabbit hole I was down. Okay, bro, realized that hey, this is not okay. Okay, and he was like, nah. So he quit his job, but still had high level clearance. He walked back in that and took all the files, and now he is on and sharing those files as a whistleblower. Okay, like it's crazy. He explains his story, like he breaks it down, everything that happened, but like the stuff he's talking about right now, okay, black market aliens being sold off for harvesting, okay, the ones that mimic other people's voices, right, and try to lure people in, yeah, those ones, those kind of ones, right. So and like I said, this is not to like scare you guys because these are real things that are going on in our planet, and a lot of people don't know, right? Because they've hid it so for so long, especially the guy who built the NHA, right? He specifically, deliberately said not to tell the public about the fact that there under the Arctic Circle there is a civilization still standing and it's frozen in its place, but it's a civilization, right, that predates the Renaissance era, but is way advanced than when they found it, right? Than their time period they found in, right? So that was parallel universes that collapsed in on each other, right? Proof of that, but they didn't want that getting out to the public. You know what I'm saying? Of course I will, hun. As I'm on the live, I can't do none of that right now, okay? So when I get off of here, I'm gonna go check it out, all right? But yeah, this is like, okay, guys. They hid so many things from the public, and it's like, why? And I feel like I forget his name. The guy who created the NHA, right? So like the real life Men in Black. If you were wondering why there's movies like the Men in Black, is because there's an actual secret organization that deals with those kind of things. That's why the alien Galactic Federation won't come down here right now, because there's a contract stating that they can't unless humanity fights against these powers of evil, right? So Boom. This guy knew that it would change science forever when he said, this proof of a parallel universe, right? Parallel dimension to ours was collapsed in, and there was evidence, right? He knew this would change the entire fabric of how scientists worked and how scientists moved, right? And how they thought and everything. It would change the entire ground that science built itself on, because it would realize that we might have to scratch all the scientific work we did and start over from scratch. You know what I'm saying? We might have to start over from nothing, because at this point we don't understand nothing still, right? And deliberately took that information away from the public so that the public couldn't even have a choice in the matter to know about parallel universes, parallel dimensions, right? Know about aliens. They took all that access away from us. Didn't give anybody a choice about themselves and all the work they put it into science, and how that could have literally, that information, we could be so much farther in science right now. Like, flying cars could actually have been a thing if that information wasn't kept from us, right? That's why they say knowledge is power. Okay, because they know things that we don't, but it's all coming to the light right now. Every single thing they hid is coming to the light. The whistleblowers, they going off. They are going off right now. Okay, they don't give a okay. And what I like about Dr. Marcus is his healer, right? She's an occult healer. She's a like a Reiki master healer, right? And he didn't really believe in it at first, but like when she showed basically her powers to him, that's what it was like. You're on my team, and that was really interesting to me, which means like you can't study parallel dimensions and stuff like that and not understand the graphs on magic, right? And how energy works, and why energy is just magic and magic is just energy, right? Because at the end of the day, everything is energy. God is pure energy. The universe is pure energy, right? We have our light source, and then we have vibrations going off at all times that keep us from, falling apart and being able to touch other matter. Okay. So yeah, we're going into a little spiel. Science, spirituality, back to science, back to spirituality, back to science, back to spirituality, because they are one and the same. Right? They are one and the same. Spirituality can already explain everything going on within science, right? Science is just the physical explanation for what's going on spiritually. That's it. That's it. But Matrix Society scientists didn't want to have to start all over. They already made the big bucks from their discoveries that they didn't discover. It was already there. They just, you know what I'm saying, stumbled upon it and was like, I'm gonna give this a definition. Can't discover something that was okay. When God built it all, it don't even make sense. It doesn't make sense if energy built itself, right? Then it doesn't make sense how you discovered anything, right? Because all you did, you just became aware of it. It was already there. It's not like it just brand new popped up one day. You know what I'm saying? It was already there. We just became aware of it. So I think discover is like not the right terminology. Okay. Because I mean, Christopher Columbus claimed he discovered America. No, he just became aware. You can see how that word led to, everything else that happened after, right? Okay. Because it made it seem like he discovered America. No, you just became aware of it, though. Like, everybody else that was already native to this land, indigenous to this land, they were already here. They already were aware of this land. You were the ones that weren't aware. And that's why you had to go out onto the sea, and sail the big ocean to get there. Like, that's why, because you weren't aware of it. I don't know. I think Discover allows scientists to have a big ego, in my opinion. Right? That's what because discover is not the right term. I don't like it's just not the right terminology to use for when you find something and become aware of something, right? Because it was already there. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. Um, like everything on this planet. Hey, darling, how you doing? So everything on this planet was already here before we got here. We're just becoming aware of it, right? Can't, I just think it gives them a big head, and that's why they didn't want to share the information about parallel universes and dimensions, and you know what I'm saying, aliens and different creatures that were on this planet that walk this earth with us, but didn't want to share the information because they knew it would destroy what they already worked for with science. Like, but isn't the idea of science to destroy the beliefs that came before if you find new evidence to prove that another thing is true? Like, no, that's just matrix society. Matrix society always wants to keep their bag, okay? They always want to keep their money. So they rather just tell us a bunch of lies instead of telling us the truth. It is like, you don't think you're not gonna make money from telling us the truth or something? Like, I'm confused. Like, you guys will always find me. Like, why can't you just tell us that parallel universes exist? Why can't you just tell us that aliens exist? Why can't you just do that instead of sitting here acting like they don't, while you sit there and research and spend billions of our tax dollars on it? Like, what? Like, what? Why can't you just tell us the truth? Like, science could be so much more advanced. And I see you over there, lady. Okay, unforgettable. Okay, love bomb, sending all the love back to you, hun. Period. Right? So yeah, it just doesn't make sense that they kept all this information away from us deliberately. Like, I don't remember his name. I reposted the video and I downloaded the video just in case, because somebody in the comments was like, "Oh, wouldn't they delete your account if you were, speaking on the truth?" And it was like, nah, reverse psychology. Leave the account there so people think it's a hoax. Like, and I was like, exactly. It's a psychological warfare. If someone is posting about very top secret information, isn't it easier to get people to just think it's not the truth by leaving it there and not trying to attack it? Because when you attack it, you're proving their point, right? Right? It's all about a psychological war, even though TikTok can learn a lesson or two from that. You know what I'm saying? When I talk about Jeffrey Epstein and stuff like that, you can learn a lesson or two. Leave my live up, right? Otherwise, I know I'm talking on it, and I'm gonna keep talking on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, y'all just mad that I'm not intuitive. Hey, what can you do? What can you do? Yo, and I posted on Threads. It's literally my TikTok search bar, right? When you go on the search bar, and you know how ever since the Zionists took over it, right? The search bar has been really weird, like very opinionated things in there. Like, you're like, huh? What? Right? So I was I was on the search bar and I was looking for the Carnelian Law because I was like just trying to find some more videos on it. But because like I understand the concept, I just forgot the name for it. And like it's been years since I've heard the actual name for it. And like I just understand the concept. And it's like, okay, wait, what's the name of this thing again? So I look it up. But when I was doing that, right? it was like the sayings was like the government knows you have spiritual, right, but I couldn't read the entire thing, and I was like, the government knows I have spiritual what? Spiritual gifts. Okay, yeah, I do. Okay, yes, I know you know spirit. I know you know government because I have been in government facilities when I was a little, right? I know you know. Okay, right? Especially the military bases. You don't think they have devices that can, okay, spot out very high dimensional light beams? For psychics, for anybody that is very powerful with their magic, their energy, right? They got devices. Okay, all right. If you didn't even watch Stranger Things, I'll let you know right now. They got devices. Okay, and they can scan the energy, scan the frequencies, right, that are around you. Okay, so since my dad was in the military, right, I was in military buildings a lot, okay, as a kid, right? I already know they know. They knew before I was even aware of it, right? They knew before I was even aware of my own abilities, okay? But as soon as I became aware, I knew they were aware, right? I knew they were aware as soon as I became aware, right? So it was like, and so what? So what? The government knows I have abilities. I still have no one put a red dot on this forehead yet. So what? Right, and the next one was like, what you call it, was like, oh, you should stop talking about blah blah blah, or you should start looking up. And it was like, the other one was like, I could have got you, da da da, like, you know what I'm saying, like very very pointed search bar things. Right, and I was just like, okay, TikTok, you think you're smart, but you don't really want these problems. You know what I'm saying? You don't want this beef in the physical or the spiritual. Like, that's what it sounds like. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just want to sit here and you try to like scare me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't rely on you, TikTok. You know what I'm saying? I do not rely on you. You don't own the rights to my content because my content is literally on every platform and has been since I started my content journey. You know what I'm saying? So try again, Israel. But if you weren't posting your content on every platform that can take it, right, then I suggest you start. Okay, especially if you're on TikTok, I suggest you start posting your videos on YouTube, okay, to the YouTube shorts or the long forms. Start posting your videos to other platforms that take short form or long form videos, right? I would go ahead and start that process now. Okay, because you're not gonna tell me you own the rights to nothing, TikTok. Like, that's just weird. Not to my creation, you don't. Not to my creations, you don't. Weirdo. Like, no, it's too funny. Um, Right, but y'all already know. That's why I do ask that if you do come across my stuff, like, comment, share, okay, because they do try to suppress my content heavy, right? And y'all see my following, so it's like, y'all know how many family members I got on all my accounts, and you're like, they're suppressing you, suppressing me. Yes, yes. They don't want my energy to be out and about, you know what I'm saying? Because I awake souls. Now, my just being in my presence can awaken your soul, right? So so they don't really like that about me, right? If you got your dreams locked in your subconscious, I can bring those out again too, right? They don't really like that about me. You know what I'm saying? So they just sit there and they try and they try and they try, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? If y'all really had beef for me, you would have put a red dot here. Okay? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Right. I be daring them to too. I don't know about y'all, but I be daring them to. I truly dare them to, right? Because I'm not afraid of them. Okay, I'm not afraid of them. They're not gonna do me how they did Dr. Sebi. They're not gonna do me how they did Princess Diana. They're not gonna do me how they did XX Tentacion. They're not gonna do me how they did Martin Luther King Jr. They're not doing me like that. It's not happening. Right? My abilities are way, way too out of this world for them. They don't even know what to do with me. I am their own anomaly. Okay? They don't know what to do with me. All right? They don't even know how I got here. They don't need to. God was sneaking me in. That's all you need to know is God snuck me in. Okay? God was like, shoot, let me get some high dimensional beings. Okay, there's actually quite a few high dimensional beings God snuck onto this planet. So, but like under the radar, especially with all the new light souls, it was actually really cool for that download to come through. It was like, boom, I snuck in very high dimensional beings with new souls so that the government couldn't tell them apart at the same time. I was like, Spirit, that's smart. You out here playing chess. Like, you are out here playing chess. Like, you stuck in who? Okay. All right. As I said, divine light soldiers are all over the place. Okay. All over the place. God sent them in. Okay. Very high dimensional beings walk this earth right now. Alrighty. that volunteered. A lot of them volunteered to be here to help humanity, right? Because humanity was losing. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Humanity was struggling bad. You know what I'm saying? With the it's the tower in the middle of the deck for me. Yeah, struggling bad. Struggling bad. Okay. That's why a whole lot of new souls and a whole lot of high dimensional beings like came in at the same time, because they needed to. You know what I'm saying? That's why the kids are so angry. That's why Gen Z act the way they do. Okay, that's why the millennials act the way they do. Right, millennials down, and then there's some in Gen X, some in baby boomers, right, that have awoken. But millennials down. There's a lot in those generations that came through, right? A lot of divine soldiers came through in those generations, okay? So that they could be ready for right now, okay? Right? That's why I awoke, right? I became self-aware. I awakened, had my spiritual awakening right after I got out of the indoctrination system, right? Right once I graduated high school, that veil they were trying to throw over my eyes literally said boom, boom. Whoa, like imagine that's your spiritual awakening. You get out of high school and spirit is like, now forget everything they just taught you. But hi Alina, how you doing? How you feeling? Let me know down in the chat. We just vibing right now, okay? So if you do subscribe to the TikTok channel, which it is for your first month, $2.69. Okay, you do get a reading every week starting today, okay? For that month, right? And every month after that, if you continue your subscription, all right, being an honorary Soul Tribe family member, okay? But we vibing, we talking, right? I just thought it was, yeah. It's all, yeah. That was a very interesting download, right? But also like there is also anchors on this timeline. You know what I'm saying? They kind of explain this in the Deadpool movie. You know what I'm saying? Marvel out here just talking about multiverses and stuff like that, but they're telling you to your face that that doesn't exist. Right. Okay, NHA wanted to keep everything top secret. Like, the humanity couldn't handle knowing about parallel universes and dimensions. Like, that sounds really cool. What? Beside what? Wait. Okay, let me think. What's funner? You know what I'm saying? What's less boring? Okay? You know? The Matrix they try to put us in where we work until we perish, or parallel universes aliens, anomalies, you know what I'm saying? Things that we are right now told are just make believe, things that don't exist. You know what I'm saying? What's cooler? What is cooler to know as a human? What is cooler? The Matrix that they stuffed us in, right? Or what it could have been, right? Okay, this is two different viewpoints there, right? It's two different viewpoints. Like like they wanted us to really think that humanity was boring, like that this planet was boring. Okay, they really wanted us to think we had no purpose here, that there wasn't things going on that we should know about. They really that information from us and just make it a boring planet where you worked until you perished. Ah, 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 ah. My soul contract says Earth will be fun. So, okay, you can understand my confusion as a child when I was told I had to work until I perished. Okay, I was like, you sure about that one? You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. I don't think I should be working on 9 to 5 job. That don't sound like, the planet that God told me about. You know what I'm saying? It don't sound like the planet I was told was supposed to be fun. You know what I'm saying? That don't sound like that. Right? So yeah, when my spiritual awakening happened, right, a little bit after my 18th birthday, right, boom, I was like, oh, yeah, this planet is supposed to actually be fun. They're lying to us. Like, they're lying to us, keeping secrets from us. That's why this planet is so boring and ghetto. Okay? Like, because they're lying. Right? All right, that's why. That's why, bro. I'm like, that makes a lot of sense now. Now we're thinking about it, right? Like, Hi, how you doing? How you feeling? Let me know down in the chat how the energy's treating you, hon. Okay. So, yeah, that's really crazy. And it's like it's all coming out into the open right now. Okay. If you're still having a hard time believing this stuff, I don't know what you're gonna do when the Galactic Federation get down here. I don't know what you're gonna do when the reptiles come out of their hiding. I don't know what you're gonna do, bro. I really don't. Like, I don't know what you're gonna do when you find out that witchcraft is real. I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're gonna do because at this point, like, I don't know. Some of y'all really, like, I don't know what you're gonna do when all this information, is proven factual. Like, it's always been is just, conspiracy this, conspiracy that, conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Because they never want to lose grasp or control of what they built, right? That's why they claim everything is a conspiracy. And people are like, oh, witchcraft is a conspiracy. Babes, the government uses it. It's coming out in the Epstein files day by day by day. Okay, page by page by page. It's revealed in there, right? It's in there. Okay, and it gets deeper and it gets darker. Okay, right? That's why I tell y'all, if you're gonna read the Epstein files, right, make sure that you ground your energy before and after. We got to make sure to keep our nervous systems in check, okay, in balance. You cannot let yourself get over too much in the physical and too much in the spiritual. You got to balance them out. Okay? Alrighty. So you can read it all you want, right? I already know what's in there. Like I said, 6 years ago, all those rabbit holes, right? So I already know. I already know what's in there. I don't even want to read it again because I know what's in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went down those rabbit holes. I can piece together the information intuitively. I don't gotta look at it, right. Most I'll look at is the names so that I can call judgment on those names, right. Yes, Mr. Harris, balance. Hi Lacey, how you doing? How you feeling? Let me know down in the chat, okay? So yeah, it's okay, right? Everything is going to be a-okay. Y'all don't have to worry. Okay, you don't have to be afraid. If you do feel yourself worrying or, you know, any fearful energy, channel those into power, into creation. Okay, right, into art. All right, express yourself. Right, do what you gotta do, bro, but don't allow yourself into that state of panic. Right, that lower vibrational energy at this time, they're trying to curate it, because they want to. Oh, Lacey, I would have told you not to do that because we are not doing readings today, hun. Only for those that are subscribed to the TikTok channel. Okay. I will get you your reading in a minute here because I don't want you to feel like you did it for no reason. But yeah, like, don't send gifts expecting something from me if you didn't ask before sending it. Okay. Like, I don't, it's okay, it's okay. I'm just letting everyone know, like, just ask before you do something, especially if you're wanting something, right? Just so that, you know, I'm not just thinking you're sending it just out of the love, you know what I'm saying? So specifically, we do have days for witch readings. Okay, like Monday is specifically for the honorary soul tribe family that invests their currents of chi monthly into our mission of world peace. Okay, as we build our community here on the internet, and then eventually into the into, you know, actual physical spaces where we'll convene. Okay, so today is their day to get their weekly readings, because they do get weekly readings every week for the whole month, every month, right? So Wednesdays is our collective reading, which is free for everybody, and Thursdays are our personal readings, which is for the collective. Anybody in the collective that would like a personal reading, it does partake in an energy exchange for the reading. Okay, your consent, making sure that you understand that we are respecting each other's time and energy. Okay, and then, you know, you're investing your currents of chi, your energy back into me, because I'm investing my energy into you. Okay, we will have access to each other for that time and that time only, until I tell you goodbye. Right? Till I tell you to have a blessed day. Okay? Okay. So let me go ahead and do this for you, sis. You okay. So Lacey, did you have like a specific yes or no question? Go ahead. You have put your name and your question in the chat for me. But yes, if y'all coming across my live right now, TikTok's kind of suppress my stuff because they just don't like your girl. Okay, they know she's too intuitive, and I scare them. So, just make sure that you boasting it up if you can. You know. All right, let's see. You want to know if you get a better job soon? Okay. Period. All right, I call upon our great divine, our most high, our divine ancestors, and our divine spirit guides to give us the divinely accurate messages that each and every soul needs to hear today. Not what they want to hear, spirit, but what they need to hear in order to grow, learn, and evolve along their journeys. Please allow me to deliver these messages in a divinely eloquent manner that allows for each and every soul to understand and interpret the messages that are needed for them to be in accordance with your will for their destiny timeline. In Jesus' name we pray, amen, and so it is. Ashe. What's up, Spirit? Alrighty. Dear Heavenly Father, Lacey would like to know if she will be getting a better job soon. Please give her the answers that she needs to hear today. In Jesus' name we pray, amen, and so it is. Ashe. Make sure you're consenting to me reading on your energy consciously. Mm. So the answer is no, but I'm picking up it's because whatever you're looking into, right? Whatever job path you're looking into. So I would take the time to meditate and pray on this, okay, Lacey, so that you can figure out the direction that spirit wants you to go in with your career, right? And ask yourself some pretty important questions like, are you doing this just for money? Are you doing this because you actually, this drives your soul, right? This is something your soul loves to do, that makes your soul sing, right? So those are some questions you might need to sit with yourself with, so that you can figure out what the correct path is here. Okay. Okay, Lacey, just making sure. That makes sense. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Well, I do hope you use those messages, okay, to help you grow, learn, evolve, and I hope you have a blessed day, okay? Alrighty. Much love to you. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you, Jay. How you doing? How you feeling? Got a job? I thought that was a Y for a second. My bad. Okay. How you doing, Jay? Oh, job. I don't know if I'm saying it right, guys. Already. And yes, much love to you, Lacey. So, guys, we are not doing personal readings today. Like I said, that was just that one off, because you know we got to ask questions. Okay, so today we are literally just vibing, unless you are a member of the Honorary Soul Tribe family. Okay, someone who is a investor of their currents of chi into the channel. Okay. Right, and she sent a specific one that I usually do use for that reading, which is why I just couldn't leave her hanging on that. But unless I ask for roses, I don't do readings with roses, right? And that's only if God tells me it's okay to do it like that for that time. So I do what God universe tell me to do. Otherwise we just okay. So yeah. Like I said, we ask questions, okay, because questions, what, help us avoid misunderstandings. Okay, okay, that's why I said you're always allowed to ask your questions, put your comments, express your concerns, okay? I have no problem with that. Just don't get out of pocket because you will get banned. Simple as that, right? Okay. Alrighty, right? If you don't ask questions and you just assume that I'm gonna give you a reading because you went this, you know what I'm saying? That's not how that works. Okay. All right. And then my biggest pet peeve, my biggest pet peeve. Hi D, how you doing? How you feeling? Let me know down in the chat. Sorry, I got like so many different. I got the 2 different chats going on, so I'm trying to keep up with them. All right, we aren't doing any personal readings today unless you are a part of the Honorary Soul Tribe family. Okay, that is on TikTok. Alrighty, I'm doing good, thank you. Yes, see, I like that common decency. That's my favorite thing about humanity, when they have common decency. Right? um especially when you come into my chat and then you're expecting things from me, but you never said hello, you never said how you doing, Alea, right? So yeah. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. I probably will not look your way that much. Like I see y'all. I'm not gonna act like I don't see y'all. I see y'all. But you know what I'm saying? But if you're out here straight up with the questions on the thing, but not in those questions did it ever say, hi, hello, how are you doing? I'm gonna go about my day, okay? I'm gonna go about my day because apparently you didn't care how it was going anyway. So you know, I am in this vessel too, right? So like, like, hey, we gotta treat each other like we know we're souls in our vessels, okay? All right. So like your surroundings. Oh, I get what you're saying, hun. We're just not doing personal readings today, okay? But I get what you get. If you need to, I would do like energetic cleansing around you, like either a spiritual bath. Um, there's some protection mantra songs, right? If you go into the high vibrational playlist, I was just telling people to go listen to the witching hour and the reversal spell by Pichika. Okay, that's in the high vibrational playlist on YouTube because that can help you if you're like feeling energies around you that aren't your energy, right? Those songs that she wrote will help you dispel them, unbind them, right? The whole 9 yards. Okay, reverse the spells if you don't know how to reverse, energy. If you don't know a lot about alchemy, her song can help you reverse anything that was directed to you. Okay, so I would use that, especially if you feel like it's not your energy that's surrounding you. Okay, by Pichika. Hold on, I don't think I can type it. If you okay, so if you go into my playlist section on my YouTube and you go into the high vibrational playlist and then scroll all the way down, it's called Witching Hour, and then the other song is called Reversal Spell, okay, by Pichika. So it's like peach with two K's and an A, okay? Let me know if you still need help with that. All right. Want me to repeat it one more time? The songs? I don't know if you guys like both asked and then I repeated it and you got it. Oh, okay, no, okay. Okay. I was just trying to make sure. Like, did you need me to repeat it? Like, okay, it's okay. Which part? It is called. So if you go, yes, God bless you too, hon. So if you go into my link, if you're on TikTok, go on the link in my bio, go to YouTube on my YouTube page, okay, if you slide in a subscribe, but go on the playlist, okay, and under playlist, it's gonna have a high vibrational playlist, okay, in there, scroll all the way down, and the songs are called Witching Hour and Reversal Spell, okay, by Peachika, Peach with two K's and an A. All right, so that will help you dispel anything that's being directed to you and call your power back. Okay, so anybody who's trying to siphon your energy, it's gonna unbind them. It's gonna break that off from them. Okay, all right, so that you guys know how to deal with that. If you don't know alchemy, the songs will help you through the process. Basically, just sing along with it. You know what I'm saying? I know she's a rapper, so like even if you're like a guy or a girl, right? Like she's a rapper, like she got bars, okay. And as you just rap along with her, and just feel that what she's saying is what you're doing, right? Then you're doing the energetic work, okay. Right. I mean, that Witching Hour song has been like, ever since I found it, routine. Because it's like, I don't know. It's that song is one of her more like a little bit metal songs because it's like her rap, but it's also like like, you know what I'm saying, because she's like, I'm calling my power back to me, and she's like, I'm so serious about it that, you know what I'm saying, like it's gotta have that oomph to it, right? So that's what I really like about that song. Is like, yeah, like you're like, oh yeah, I'm calling my power back to me, so I think that is a beautiful song for you guys to go ahead and find. I've been trying to share as many high vibrational artists as I can find. that have messages in their songs that will help you, right? For protection, for calling your power back, right? For knowing your power is infinite. Like there's so many songs in there. Some of the songs are really just about not really like magic, doing like the energetic work, just their message that they're spreading. So it really just depends, but like most of it is just a lot of spiritual artists, right, that are doing their thing. Okay, they're doing their thing. That's what I love about them. They're doing their thing. If you go to that playlist, Shariah Wise is another one that be doing her thing as well. She's also a rapper. Yeah, she's good. She's good too. um Her and Pichika, they do a song together. That's how I found out about Pichika, because I was already, put on with Shariah Wise. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, like, I like her songs because like they're affirmations, they're protection as well. You know what I'm saying? Like they're a little bit of everything in her energetic work she's doing in the songs, right? So I like that she does that. But her first one was a mantra, right? It was like she was like affirmations, like, sis, you are bad, even though even though you don't feel it, you still the bad it is. Okay, like that's my song. That's how I found her, because I was like, sis, you are bad, even when you don't feel it, you still a bad. Like I had to. She put me on to. I like. And so, of course, every time she come out with a song, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me see what she's talking about today. Okay. Her song HVBB is actually one of my favorites. Because it's high vibe bad. If I want it, I can have it. I am like, I love her music, man. She is great, bro. Especially like her affirmation songs really be going off, okay? Be going off, right? If I use snippets from like anybody's music, is gonna be hers most of the time. Especially if I can find her music, you know what I'm saying? On that whatever app I'm on using the snippet. I'm like, if I can find it, I'm gonna use it. You know what I'm saying? Because her message is always snap, okay? Excuse me. I was gonna say I think she is a life path 8. Um, but I've noticed that a lot with more artists in the music genre. Right. Um, my life path number is 6. So community, right? Helping others. Okay, that's what we do. However, with my birth chart, I'm also not supposed to be overextending myself, you know what I'm saying? Overly putting myself out, like, I feel like I said it right the first time. Anyway, right, just not overextending myself. So like that's also like it's like finding the balance between the two. Um, which when I was younger was definitely harder. Um, right now I don't be playing around when it comes to my peace of mind, my sanity, okay? And I don't play around when it comes to, what was I saying? To my self-love, right? None of that. I don't be playing about none of that. Okay? My self-worth, my self-love, none of that. Just don't got the time. Okay. He said, "Oh, thank you, hon. Thank you, am I saying that? Nene? Nia? No, I don't even think I said that right. But thank you, hon. And thank you, Job, again for the heart me. Thank you, hon. Thank you so much, guys. You know, you don't have to, but if you do send gifts, I am highly appreciative and highly grateful. Okay? Always and forever. And I'm always sending the love back to you guys, okay? Don't think it's not a two-way street over here. It's two. Because love is 2 ways. Okay. And Okay, but get a little corny, a little cheesy on you guys. That's just how I am. Okay, if it slips out, it slips out. Alrighty, guys. I've had a wonderful time talking it up, chatting it up, discussing things that, is coming out in the physical realm as truths now, right? The things that the spiritual community has known about for years and has been trying to tell the entire world collective about, right, for decades and decades, right? So, it's fun to finally see this information surface. Probably not fun for the people who it's rudely awakening, but it's fun for me. So I'm gonna keep, eating my popcorn while I watch everything unfold, right, as the observer. Okay. And I hope you do the same. Do not allow fear of what's going on to get you caught up. Okay. Alrighty, they are trying to siphon people's energy. That's just no fear mongering. I'm just letting you know that that's what they be doing, anyways, regardless of the time period. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of it being today, they've been doing that for generations. So, like, it's not even something to worry about. Just be aware of, and aware of where your energy at, what your nervous system doing. Okay, be aware of those things going forward, especially this year. Okay, 2026 is gonna be a wild year, guys. It's gonna be a wild year. Okay, a wild one. Buckle in. Okay, lock in. Okay, get your snacks. Get your snacks. All right. It's gonna be a wild one. I mean, the solar flares are at their peak this year. Is going to be spectacular. Okay, everybody that is on that other side, the 3D realm, that where they're experiencing that fear right now, they're experiencing the anger, and they're experiencing not as an observer, but as in their, as their vessels, and not, in a vessel. You know what I'm saying? But yes, and it's our job to make sure that they don't be out here just feeding families, okay, with their negative energy. Okay, so all right, they don't need to be feeding supers and families. All right, when it comes to negative, fearful energy, right? So if you're an alchemist, right, we're always redirecting collective energy. We're always making sure that that collective energy is not going the way that these deletes. Okay, we're not calling them elites no more, guys. Okay. I'll have to give you the name of the person who coined the phrase deletes, but it works. It works, okay? Because don't give power to them with the word elite, right? Dethrone them with the word delete, okay? They're the deletes now because they're getting blotted out of the existence. I mean, those demons are also gonna get blotted out of existence too. Yeah, spiritual court ain't always nice. You know what I'm saying? It's not always nice. You might not, your energy might get repurposed for something else, because you know what I'm saying? Only the creator can create and destroy energy, right? All we can do is transform it, right? But we cannot create or destroy it. These demons decided they wanted to go up against humanity. They gonna get these hands from the good Lord. I don't know. I don't know, guys. That's just how it is, right? That's just how it is. We can't do nothing about that. That's what they wanted to do, right? And the humans that, because there's no excuse on why you decided to follow a demon. You know what I'm saying? There's really no excuse for that. Because no one told you to do that in the first place. I don't know where you got that information from, but nobody told you to do that in the first place. So why would you do it? You know what I'm saying? And instead, now your situation is this, right? And no one is looking to the situation. You know what I'm saying? Not even those demons, because those demons are more scared of the creator than they are any human. Okay, like let's be real. The demons are more afraid of the creator than they are anybody else. Okay, now doesn't mean they aren't afraid of some angels, right, and some humans that have angelic abilities, right, but for the most part they are more afraid of the creator, and they are, that they're in huge trouble, right, because how many souls do you think they touched that they weren't supposed to? Mm. Yeah. How many souls you think they binded that they weren't supposed to? Yeah. Yeah, it's not looking good for them. Spiritual court wise, the demons, right? Oh, the people that work with the demons, they've already lost, right? That's why everything is shifting in the favor of love, in the favor of the people, right? We are coming out of all this nasty energy, especially before the end of this year. Okay, so like I said, grab your snacks. It's gonna be a wild one. Okay, keep yourself calm, cool, collected. Keep your nervous system okay, balanced. Okay, don't let it get out of whack. It's not the time for that. If anything, up the ante on your protection. Okay, alrighty. Stay safe out here. All right. Just don't be out here doing anything you don't need to be doing. Take care of yourselves, right? DM me anytime. I have an open door policy for a reason. You can DM me anytime. Or you can join our Discord server, which literally I talk in every day, for something. You know what I'm saying? So like you can talk in there and I'll answer back, probably more faster than I answer back on like TikTok or Instagram. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more faster because Discord we could talk in depth about things without, censorship. So, I rather have more in-depth conversations about, especially when it refers to the Matrix, on Discord. The link is always in my bio, and the Discord server is in that link. Okay, alrighty, guys. So I love you guys. I always love talking to y'all. It's always a hoot. Okay, I always have a good time with y'all. We always talk about fascinating things, okay? Regardless if it's a tarot reading or, you know what I'm saying, it's what's going on around us, okay? And the spiritual, okay? It's always a great time, guys. I love y'all. I love y'all so much, man. Y'all. Okay, spirit, don't do that. You're gonna make me cry. Anywho, I'm not trying to cry right now, y'all. So we go move on for whatever spirit said right then, because spirit is like, you. No. I'm trying to close out. Anywho, y'all have a blessed day. Remember, we speak love, justice, and peace. Okay, I will see y'all tomorrow for our lesson day. Alrighty, let me see if I can do this at the same time. Ooh, 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 ooh.